Hey everybody, I'm at the home of James Ostrowski, criminal defense attorney. We're about to have a draw and talk with me session. I'm here at night because this is the only time I can get to see this man. He's very busy. So we're gonna draw and talk, and you're gonna meet James. He's right here. Hey James.
How you doing?
Get y'all pencils and y'all paper out because y'all gonna draw and talk with us.
Because I'm a licensed attorney, I have to be careful about what I say. Doctors, lawyers, anybody who's licensed always has to wonder, if I say something controversial to the powers that be don't like, am I going to get a letter from the grievance committee?
Today's guest is James Ostrowski, criminal defense attorney. How long you been practicing law, James?
35.
Wow, 35 years. So we're gonna learn a lot about the law today, and we're gonna draw something. This is important because you never know when your family member or yourself may be arrested for a crime. You may think, oh, this is never gonna happen to me. But it happened to law-abiding citizens every single day.
Absolutely.
This is why I wanted to have this show. It's important that we inform the public on legal issues, on the law, as best that we can during this show. What would you tell people when they're arrested? To remain silent, or can they speak sometimes to authorities? What would you tell? What kind of advice would you give them?
Don't say anything. Never talk to the police.
Right.
And he explains why. And he, for example, will say that you could be totally innocent.
Right.
And you might say, well, I was shopping at Walmart at the time.
Right.
And what the police will say, aha,
right,
half a mile from the crime scene, huh?
Right.
So you've now put yourself near the crime scene.
Right.
Even though you're innocent.
So
and
you
they
hear
did
this?
not end up well.
Never ever talk. Remain silent. Call your lawyer.
All smart people.
Right.
There are hardly any exceptions.
Right. Whatever you say is going to be used against you.
Right. Tell them you want a lawyer. The police, they may be good people trying to do a job, but they're not doing your job.
Right.
They're doing a different job from protecting you.
Got you. All right. Now this may be a little sensitive. Okay. Now most lawyers are considered greedy. Were you ever that type of lawyer?
Overall, I didn't get into it to get rich, and I've certainly succeeded in that goal.
Okay. All right, so let's get started on this tie. So just go right over the sketch.
I think I can do this.
That's it. See, he's building his confidence
I'm good
already.
at tracing.
His confidence is being built already. Have you ever represented a guilty person?
Oh, no doubt.
So, have you ever got an acquittal for a guilty person that you know were guilty and they were found not guilty?
I was still kind of surprised that we got an acquittal, and the judge said, we're the only people in the courtroom. He said, I'm always amazed at the look on a guilty man's face when he gets acquitted. And I didn't say anything.
Right.
Sometimes saying nothing is the best decision.
Right.
And I just smiled and walked out.
Unbelievable. With the current condition, you hear mass incarceration, prison reform. Do you believe the justice system has declared war on the poor?
Well, if you look at who's in prison, you could make that argument. A middle-class person is, generally speaking, not going to take the risks to get involved in that, but lower-income people will.
Through your own experience, have you seen minorities treated unfairly versus Caucasians?
It's income, which correlates to race, but a lot of the African-American defendants don't have the money for the attorneys, and that does matter in the outcomes.
Right. Do you believe if the public defenders were better resourced, the outcome could be a lot differently?
If you're completely innocent or if you're completely guilty, attorneys aren't going to save you really too much.
Right. So would you say practicing the law is very emotional?
To me it is, because my cases are causes and my clients become friends of mine. I can't
look at it as just a business. So I take losses very personally.
So you got to go from dark to light like I did, all the way around.
I will try.
Yep. Have you ever encountered a judge that had no empathy or sympathy towards defendants?
I can't really peek into their soul. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've had some bad judges over the years. If you're any kind of a trial lawyer, you figure out a way to let the judge know you're not going to push me around. There's always that one moment.
Why is it important for you to object? Because it helps the appeal if you lose, right?
For the appeal,
you want to preserve those issues.
Sometimes, though, you're objecting for strategic reasons. If I'm doing unethical things, my credibility is shot.
Gotcha.
And that's important to have credibility and a reputation.
The court system won't respect you like they should.
Right, right. Okay. Everybody knows who's who in the law.
Right. And
lawyers who you can't trust them and they bend the rules, they quickly lose credibility with everybody. And that's important to maintain the respect of the judge, the prosecutor, the jury, the court deputies.
Gotcha.
You want to get along with the court deputies because they escort the jury during deliberations. Well, this gun didn't fall under some grandfather clause.
Explain to people what grandfather clause is. The
laws
change all the time.
Yeah.
But some of these laws, once they're changed, if you own something, it falls under the grandfather clause.
Right.
So you're protected.
Right. Grand jurors who can stop a case from being prosecuted, because once you're charged, you're almost dead right there. You got to spend money on a lawyer.
Is it true that a grand jury can indict a ham sandwich?
This is the big secret, which we're going to be getting out to the public around the state shortly. The grand jury in New York does not have to indict, even if there's evidence.
Right.
Now, the judges won't tell them, the DAs won't tell them. If it appears that it's unjust, or there's no harm, no foul, there's no actual victim, it's a technical crime that the legislators came up with, and who would even know? There's so many laws on the books. We need to start getting trial jurors and grand jurors aware of their rights.
So what's next for James Ostrowski, the attorney who's been practicing law for 30-something odd years?
I want to do more writing.
Right.
I got a bunch of projects outlined.
What is it about the system that we need to change? Do we need Congress to step in, or the Supreme Court, a higher court, to make the system more fair, just, and equal? What is it going to take?
I don't expect things to be anywhere close to perfect.
Okay.
So it's never going to be a perfect system. I think improvements can be made.
Who knows I can show up at your doorstep?